So we ended off with Tsubasa and Genzo having a stalemate and the game ending 2-2 with none of each side being able to break the tie. We cut to the next episode and we got Tsubasa and Misaki straight cooking each other, and I can't lie, these guys are really skillful. They're almost as skillful as me. We then learned that the city of Nankatsu is going to create a brand new football team with all the best players from all the other local teams. That team would then go on to compete in the preliminary stage of the national tournament. So basically, by the time the tournament comes around, these guys won't be on the team. It's gonna be all the best players who make it past the tryouts. After hearing that, everybody starts training to get themselves ready for the tryouts. But I know Misaki and Tsubasa are definitely making it. But those other guys, they can keep dreaming, man. We then see Roberto Hongo negotiating with Tsubasa's parents because he wants to take Tsubasa to Brazil. Trial day finally arrived, and most of the guys impressing the scouts were the players from Shutetsu, Genzo Wakabayashi, the Shutetsu Quartet, Teppei, until Misaki got the ball and showed them what a real talent plays, like 360 long pass to Tsubasa, bicycle kick into a golazo. Now those are my goals right there, boy. Now those are some standout talents, alright? Them Shutetsu boys are some bums. Those are some standout talents. We fast forward a few minutes and they start announcing the players who made these past the trials, and somehow this bum Ichizaki made the team. Hey, all I gotta say is it pays to be the main character's first friend. On the next episode, we get introduced to Kojiro Hyuga, and he's basically the Vegeta to Tsubasa's Goku. He has the ball and he just bulldozes his way past the defenders, smacks it top right and scores. Turns out this guy plays like a physical sort of football, and he ends up injuring some of his teammates during practice, and his attitude is just, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. They've done a great job at making me hate this guy at first sight. I don't like him at all. His teammates call him out on it and he just decides, hey, I'm quitting the team. Let's see if y'all can make it without me. We cut to Shutetsu having a practice match, and this is basically just a walk in the park for them. They are smacking this team 5-0, and it's looking like Genzo's not gonna have to save anything today. But all of a sudden, this guy goes off script, beats a Shutetsu defender, crosses it in. Genzo obviously makes the save, but one of these guys mistakenly lands on Genzo's leg. We fast forward a few days and that brand new Nankatsu team is having a practice match so they can finally decide the last 15 players. Kizuki is on the ball, plays it long to Teppei, but all of a sudden Kojiro Hyuga spawns out of thin air and tackles him from the side. He then spins back and starts sprinting at my goal Genzo. Bodies Teppei away, bulldozes through two players. He's really out here moving like a Dama Traore. Flash steps, winds up the meanest shot in this series so far, and somehow scores on Genzo Wakabayashi. Hey, I know I said I don't like him. Now I hate him even more. Like, I don't like him at all. At least Danny had a chance at redemption. Maybe I could have ended up liking him later, but now that he's done this, scored on my goats, Genzo? Hell nah, boy. Hell nah, this nigga better lose in the worst way possible. Turns out the only reason Kojiro was able to score on Genzo was because of that injury Genzo picked up in the other game. We get a backstory on Kojiro Hyuga. Turns out he lives with his single mom. His dad died the previous year. That's why he now works so many side hustles so he can help provide for his mom, because she works so hard. Now I don't want to like this guy, but you know, as a guy with a really hardworking mom, I understand his pain, man. The day of the tournament finally arrives and Nankatsu's gonna go up against Fuji Academy, and this game was just a walk in the park. It was not even a challenge. In the first minutes of the game, Tsubasa had already scored a goal, and in the second, assisted by Misaki, he had already scored the second. And right after that, he did a 1-2 play with Misaki, then proceeded to smack it top right for the hat-trick. Oh my days. What in the Mbappe and Ulis is going on here? It's the first game and these boys are wreaking havoc on this tournament already, and they obviously don't stop because Nankatsu proceeds to steadily advance through the bracket. Meanwhile, Meiwa is out here getting trapped 2-0 in the beginning of the first half. These boys are so buns, they have to go beg Hyuga to come back to the team because they realize they cannot do it without him. Meanwhile, Nankatsu keep winning and eventually reach the semi-final. They're going up against Shimada FC, but unfortunately for them, Genzo Wakabayashi won't be able to start this game because they're trying to manage his injury. You know, they don't want him to like get injured or get his injury worse in this game, and then he won't be able to play the next game because they need this guy. He's like the best goalkeeper in the series. So the substitute goalkeeper Morisaki is gonna start over him. And if you were watching my streams, you will know that this guy Morisaki was getting cooked in the comments. So I'm interested to see if he's actually as bad as the comments were saying. Pepe plays the ball forward and the game begins. They do a 1-2 play around these players, send a through ball for Tsubasa, but unfortunately he gets intercepted. And just like that, Shimada FC are now on the counter attack. Their striker's on the ball. He takes the shot. The shot is actually a horrible one, but this bomb Morisaki is still unable to save it. But damn, the comment sections were not lying. This guy is a bum. Get him out of my club. Even the super fans are going crazy, and we know how loyal football fans are.
I promise you, if you don't finish top 2 this season, top 2 this season, Premier League, cancel my name from the Book of Life, God.
Cancel my name from the Book of Life, God. Cancel my name from the Book of Life, God. Cancel my name from the Book
Meanwhile, in the other semi-final, Meiwa are losing 3-0 and are just now subbing in Hyuga. The cameraman cuts back to Nankatsu, and these guys have just taken their 10th shot of the game, and somehow they are yet to score a goal. By the way, they had an average of 9 goals per game throughout this entire tournament until this game. Do you know how ridiculous that is? 9 goals per game? Is there a single team in this world that's scoring 9 goals per game? Boy, not even super strikers moving like this. Blue Lock ain't moving like this. Inazuma 11, Raymond are not moving like this, gang. These boys are anomalies. These boys could win the World Cup. Shimada's goalkeeper sends it long. It gets intercepted by Kishida, who then initiates an offensive attack. He quickly gets pressed by 3 men and is forced to pass the ball to Kisuki, who then takes a shot but it gets saved. The cameraman cuts back to Meiwa, and this guy Kojiro, Hyuga and Takeshi have completely changed the game. They've created their own dynamic duo where Takeshi creates the chances and Hyuga smacks it top bin every time. Even though they only came in the second half, they turned the game around and won the game 4-3. We cut back to Nankatsu, and these guys Meiwa FC are really pulling that haram ball. Cabo Verde, DR Congo, Arsenal, Getafe, they're really pulling those methods. And because Morisaki is so crap, they can just counter-attack and take a shot to gain the second goal. After conceding that goal, Nankatsu kicked off with straight murder on their mind. They made sky passes to avoid the rain. Tsubasa played the ball to Misaki on the wing, who then crossed it in, and Tsubasa on some Ryusei Shiro timing side volleyed it into the back of the net. With only 15 minutes remaining on the clock, Nankatsu repeated that exact same play. Misaki played the ball on the wing. Aizawa headed it down for Tsubasa to come in with a flying header. Oh my days, it's the Flying Dutchman. With only 2 minutes left, Shimada FC had nothing else to do but to try and get a last minute winner. They made some precise passes to Nankatsu's midfield. Number 10 dribbled past a player and made a perfect cross into the box. Number 11 heads it in, but oh my days, Morisaki actually did something for once. He kicked it out to Tsubasa to begin a counter-attack, and what can I really say, man? Tsubasa was always going to score that. Tsubasa's just Mnandi, man. He's basically the shakes of this series, bro. They obviously won the game and advanced to the district final. Their opponents are gonna be Shimizu FC, and if they win this district final, they are going to advance to the national. And look at that, my goat Genzo is starting the game. You already know we're winning because Genzo's on the field. Kickoff begins. Tsubasa plays the ball to Misaki. Misaki plays it long to Taki. Taki's eyeing a pass to Tsubasa, but Tsubasa gets double pressed by 2 men. He's getting that Lamine Yamal treatment. He gets tackled, plays the ball to Kanda. Kanda pulled the Neymar, plays the ball to the striker, who smacked it straight at the goal. But good thing my goat Wakabayashi was in goal. Boy, look at that save. Look at the aura in that stance, boy. If Morisaki was in goal, that's going in. That's going in all day. Genzo plays it long to Tsubasa, who heads it down to Misaki, who plays him a perfect pass forward. He smacks it straight at the goalkeeper and hits the crossbar. That shot left the goalkeeper stunned. He called up his defense and said, hey, put 3 men on that boy Tsubasa. He's just too good. The goalkeeper takes the goal kick long. Aizawa tackles it. It gets intercepted. Mizuki wins it. It gets intercepted again. It lands right in front of Shimizu, who smacks it far from long range. But never doubt the great wall of Wakabayashi. My goat is dropping another generational performance. You better give him 10 million followers after this game. The ref blew the whistle, signaling that that was the last action of the first half. We cut to the opponent's locker room, and they're talking about how their plan is to crush Wakabayashi. They've got Tsubasa locked with 3 defenders, and they know that Wakabayashi is not at his best because he's injured, so they're gonna try and shoot as much as they can. Because as long as Tsubasa is not the one shooting, their goalkeeper can pretty much save anybody else's shot. The second half began with Shimizu FC slowing down the game and breaking down Nankatsu's defense. And once they lured out most of the defenders, they started a full-blown attack with all their players sprinting at the ball. But my goat Genzo sprinted with no fear and caught the ball out of the air. The ref blew for an obvious foul, but turns out these bums actually tried to injure Wakabayashi on purpose, but my goat came out unfazed. Genzo gets ready to clear out the goal kick, and then the unthinkable happens. Genzo got injured. No, it's Chai. Boy, Morisaki's gonna have to replace this guy. Oh my days, bro. Another game with Morisaki in goal. Nankatsu try to regain possession, but they quickly get dispossessed. They cross the ball in. Genzo attempts to jump, but he's unable to keep his balance due to his injury. The striker heads it down, but Misaki with the last minute clearance. Oh my days. But the play ain't over yet because the ball lands straight at a Shimizu player who takes the shot, but my goat Genzo, in spite of his injury, still manages to somehow make the save. He sends it straight at Tsubasa. he chases and goes on a complete rampage. Knee aka over 2 players. Oh my days, bro. When I tell you I'm a baller, Tsubasa ripped this page off my book, gents. He copied my whole flow, word for word, bar for bar. After copying my flow, he then proceeded to smack a perfect volley into the back of the net. The rest of the game is just Tsubasa and Genzo just being absolute powerhouses. Assisted by Misaki, Tsubasa quickly scored a second goal. Injured Genzo kept on making saves, and by the end of this game, Tsubasa had scored 3 goals, and one of them happened to be a hat trick. And with that, the game ended 3-0, and Nankatsu will be the team going to the national tournament. They set off for Tokyo, which is where the national tournament is going to be held, and then we see this woman. She's a scout who's going to attend the national tournament so that she can see for herself who truly is better, Kojiro Hyuga or Tsubasa Aozora. The first game of the national tournament is going to be Nankatsu versus Meiwa FC. Nah, let me rephrase, Tsubasa versus Kojiro Hyuga. By the way, Genzo won't be starting this game because he's still recovering from his injury, so Morisaki is gonna be starting over him. Ref blew the whistle and this game started with straight heat. The first action of the game was a clash between Tsubasa and Kojiro Hyuga. The ball flew up, landed on a Nankatsu player who headed down to Taki, but Hyuga and Tsubasa's legs both went numb, indicating that they are both on the same power level. Taki played the ball to Teppei, who got dispossessed by Takeshi, who dribbled past number 4, evaded Teppei's tackle, broke past Nankatsu's entire midfield, and beside him, Kojiro Hyuga was making a run inside the box. Misaki came down to stop him, but this man really tried to clip him on Misaki, bro. You don't do that on my genius. Misaki won the ball and made a perfect pass forward to Tsubasa. I don't know why the center forward is down here, but we're getting Kojiro Hyuga versus Tsubasa. Tsubasa on some name or timing does a rainbow flick over Kojiro Hyuga, volley into the back of the net. Yo, Tsubasa is genuinely insane, bro. Like, what? How do you stop this man, bro? How do you stop this man? Meiwa kicked off the game only to quickly get dispossessed, but then we see Kojiro Hyuga just standing there with nothing but murder in his eyes. And the moment Tsubasa got the ball, this man Kojiro Hyuga began sprinting, slide tackle, studs up, and won the ball clean off of Tsubasa. And from that same distance, he channeled the shot straight at Morisaki's face. And as you can already guess, that shot obviously went in. The game resumes. Misaki's on the ball, 360 drag back heel pass to Teppei, who then plays it forward to Tsubasa, and the whole 4 players get into an organized slide tackle to Tsubasa. The ref finally called for a foul, guys a yellow card and gives a free kick. But yo, ref, in my opinion, you should give this entire team a red card. Give the coach a red card, give Hyuga a red card, give everybody a red card. Well, that should not be acceptable. I don't know why Tsubasa didn't take this free kick, but it gets stopped by Hyuga. He plays it to Takeshi, who shoots from such a far distance that we all think is going to be safe, but oh my days, this bum Morisaki lets it in. It turns out Morisaki is actually grown afraid of the ball because of that first shot Kojiro Hyuga murdered his face with. Meiwa begins spamming shots at Morisaki, but Tsubasa continues to bail him out and tries to lift up his spirit. Kojiro Hyuga takes a shot from midway, but Tsubasa saves it with his face, reassuring Morisaki that the ball is our friend. Loose ball fell on Takeshi. He took a shot, but Morisaki overcame his fear of the ball and actually saved it for once. He sent the ball out to Tsubasa, and with Misaki's help, they were able to break through Meiwa's entire midfield. Hyuga came to stop him, but Misaki's passes were way too precise. Tsubasa played him through, and Misaki turned into Isage and hit him with the left foot direct shot. The ref blew the whistle, indicating halftime. We cut to Nankatsu's locker room, and this is basically just a therapy session. This coach is just a therapist, just saying good things to them. But then we cut to Meiwa's locker room, and it's not the same.
I want you to know that I'm talking to you, so I'm going to say your name, then I'm going to call you trash. Kawhi Leonard, you trash. Paul George, listen to me when I say this. You are trash.
Nah, I'm playing. He didn't actually say that, but he was telling him to pass the ball to him no matter what. But I feel he was indirectly calling them trash when he's telling them to all just pass the ball to him, because by saying that, he's just indirectly saying that he doesn't think they've got what it takes, you know. But anyways, the second half begins with Meiwa kicking off. They kick off the ball, play a pass backwards, it gets intercepted by Misaki. He successfully evades 3 players but then gets tackled by Kojiro Hyuga. Hyuga plays the ball to Takeshi, Takeshi plays it back to him, and Hyuga just snipes it out of Morisaki's reach. You already know Morisaki ain't saved that. The score is 3-2 to Meiwa FC, but Tsubasa has no intention of giving up. The game resumes with Nankatsu on an all-out offense. They are doing everything that they can do to level level the score. Taki plays the ball to Misaki. Tsubasa escapes a two-man press. Misaki sees this and sends him a perfect pass. And big man Tsubasa obviously leveled the score. The score is now 3-3. The rest of the game is just back and forth. 1 minute Nankatsu has the ball, the next minute Meiwa has the ball, but it was mostly just the Hyuga and Tsubasa show. These guys are really going band for band. Takeshi's on the ball and he's going forward. He plays a long ball to Hyuga. Hyuga jumps in to head it, but Tsubasa's here to contest him. But that means absolutely nothing to a physical beast like Hyuga, because he obliterates this ball into the back of the net and makes it 6-5. Mitsuki resumes the game and Nankatsu are going on a full-on attack. Tsubasa gets marked by Hyuga. Takeshi steals the ball, plays it forward. This random takes a shot. Morisaki saves it. He plays the ball long to Misaki, who plays it long for Tsubasa. Tsubasa and Hyuga both contest for the ball in the air. They fall, but Tsubasa repels himself off the ground and keeps on running. Hyuga eventually catches up to Tsubasa. He attempts to slide tackle him, but Tsubasa evades, volleys it mid-air and still manages to find the net with only a minute left on the clock. Straight off of kickoff, this guy Kojiro Hyuga takes a long shot straight at the goalkeeper. Tsubasa tries to stop it, but he fails. It hits the crossbar, but this man Kojiro Hyuga, with the determination of a hungry tiger, still gets it back. Sprints straight at goal, but Tsubasa appears to contest him. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the final 1v1, Tsubasa vs Hyuga. Body feint, Tsubasa pretends to fall, but then he tackles it off of Hyuga. But Lady Luck is still on Meiwa's side because it lands on Takeshi, who smacks it in the back of the net. The ref blows the whistle. The score is 7-6 and Nankatsu are no longer undefeated because they have caught their first L to Meiwa FC.